Thank you, Minister. Now we're going to speak about urban structures and resilience, transition into a new sustainable urban environment capable for touristic development. We are at the center of the country. We receive millions of tourists every year. So sustainability and climate change is at the center of the discussion. So our next speaker is going to speak about his own view. It is the mayor of Athens, who brings along his experience as for how metropolitan cities can reform themselves in order to create the best environment for everyone. Mr. Doukas will share with us the vision for the center of Athens. He's going to speak with Mr. Giorgos Pierros, journalist. Thank you, Mr. Makedos and Mede, for giving us the opportunity to speak about something which is not a technocratic issue. It is an issue that regards all of us and the next day, too. Sustainability is not just a theoretical concept, it is grounded on the everyday life. Especially during the last few weeks, we can understand that this is a very contemporary discussion. So let me start right away with the current issues. The experience that we've had in the basin of Attica the last few days when we had floods and heavy rains. So since we're speaking about urban infrastructures and climate resilience, we have to become practical and see what types of urban centers we provide to our citizens when we have bad weathers or extreme meteorological phenomena, which are going to become worse in the next few years. Always when it rains, we are in agony because Athens is not well sheltered. And I'm going to explain why. And we are very much concerned that we will have to deal with very difficult situations. In the last days, we managed to hold well. Many municipalities had serious problems. In Athens, in the center of Athens, we managed to do well, and that's why I had to congratulate our people in all the services of the municipality. They were outside in the grease, cleaning the roads, cleaning the sewage pipes and everything so that we could manage to have a good situation. But they always ask about sewage systems. And let me say that 20% of the Athenian roads have wells. So 80% do not have sewage wells. And even the existing ones have specific constraints that were set some decades ago. The European average is 40% per capital city of a country. We are at 20%. So we need 100 millions in order to create these more outlets from the road pavement into the sewage system. From these 100 million, so we have just 2. So we miss 98 millions in order to create this infrastructure. So we have to think differently and use our money in a different way so that we can speak about resilience. I keep from your answer that 80% of the roads in Athens do not have an outflow channel into any sewage network whatsoever. That's true, and we would need some new technologies in order to remedy this problem. So this is a very interesting information that you gave us. Nevertheless, despite the weather conditions, we have to say that many of us drive a lot and we spend a lot of time inside our car. What about moving around within the city? What about the transports? Transport means the traffic in the center of the city, etc. Can we improve this? No matter what, moving in the city is regards a multi-level governance scheme. For example, I'm not responsible of the metro. I'm not responsible for the buses in Athens because I'm a mayor of the city of Athens. We have too many cars in the city center. So we need denser itineraries of both buses and metro wagons. So the experts say that if we wait for a metro for 6 minutes, and if we cut this waiting time into half at 3 minutes, it is as if we would have 100 more kilometers of roads inside the city center for the people to go around. If we don't do that, we are going to have this problem for many more years. So in some other countries, they have they have expanded the road pavement, and from 3 lanes, they created 6 lanes, or from 5 lanes, they created more lanes. But this was not a problem. This did not solve the problem because in a few while, these extra lanes are going to be full of cars yet. So we need also to have municipal transport. Athens does not have municipal transport, so the neighborhoods are not connected with each other. So we have now planned for 7 itineraries, ring journeys that will connect neighborhoods with each other. We are going to draw from European funds. We hope that we will take the fund because this will be very important for the citizens. Another important thing is the following. Do you have the money to do this type of investments? I know that in the next days you're going to close down the municipal offices. Yes, it is the decision of the Central Union of Local Governments in Greece. We are going to close down all mayorships on the 16th of December, and we're going outside the parliament because it is the date of that the budget is being voted. We do not have enough money as municipalities. In the past, we had 8 billion. Now we have 2. So 2/3 of our resources are detained from us and given to other projects. Let me give you another example for Athens. In Athens, salary cost, labor cost is 160 million. These are called, for this amount, we get 90 million from the state. So we need 70 million more. So, of course, we could increase the city duties. We don't want to do that because we don't want the vulnerable groups in Athens to pay for these types of expenses. And we want also to help the demographics and to help the young couples that want to have a child and have high expenses, family expenses. So we do not have enough money to shield the city. What about the usage of car? In the previous weeks, uh, uh, you had been having fights with the government about the Aulgas Avenue. Indeed, it is half 1,500 meters. This is a major road in the city center. For 2 years, it is closed down. It has become a pedestrian road, then a tram road. Then it was declared that it would be open again to the traffic. For all these 2 years, we have been paying money and more money, and the citizens still do not know whether this story is going to an end. What will happen with this road near Syntagma Square? We don't. We need to know because we are paying for any delay. Every new delay adds more and more money for the budget of the project. And let me say one more thing. This Vasilissis Olgas Street, this 500 meters street, it would never be a pedestrian road. There is no presidential decree to have a pedestrian road at that point. Even at the Olympic Games period, we said that you cannot close this road down for safety reasons because it's at the heart of the city. You need this road to be open to the traffic. So the plan was that buses could go through, and also those who are using the sports center. But this is not an elite street. So we said that it has to be a mild circulation, a mild traffic street, so that all citizens could use it. And we want this road to be open to the public. We don't know yet when this will happen, but as we know, after our recent communication, we do not put any obstacles to this project. So the company said that we are going to give it an answer in January next year. What about a sustainable city? What about the cleaning services? Because sustainable means clean. Do we expect any new systems? We have 300 new people who are on the street working on these services. We have 100 underground bins, garbage bins. We have a contracting company. And we are waiting now for the signs for the 10 more vehicles plus 10 small express vehicles because we have some narrow streets in some neighborhoods, like in Kypseli.
And we tend to delay a lot with the big vehicles, the big cleaning vehicles. So we ordered some smaller electric ones so they can clean the streets. And in 2026, we're going to have new modern vehicles. So I think that the cleaning service will be highly updated. And our latest innovation is sensors on cleaning vehicles to see where they are and so that we can reroute them, and sensors on the bins. And if the bins are full, we're going to have this war room, let's say, in the mayor's office so that we can reroute the vehicles and for them to be more effective. But I keep saying that, but nobody listens. There's no point in starting 8, 10 new cleaning programs in the convention center to clean hotels and stores and restaurants. In no other big city of Europe, this doesn't happen. So in order for us to be practical, Athens in the last years is receiving many numbers of tourists. Can this be sustainable? How can Athens be sustainable if it has this mobility with the already existing citizens and the already existing high traffic plus the tourists? It is a difficult balance. We receive about 10 million tourisms. We are #1 tourism destination in the country because people tend to stay in Athens for 3-4 days per average. Even in December, even in January, most hotels are full. And we also host the Final Four, for example, in basketball. In football, we have the European Awards of cinema. So we are a cultural city now and an athletic city, sports city. In order to do that, we need to regulate things. We have a study that in areas where there's a high traffic, we freeze Airbnbs. We already done that in 3 regions in Athens, and right now we're examining the remaining regions because in some of them the Airbnb is really off the charts. We're not like Barcelona or Amsterdam, of course, but there are areas such as Plaka or Koukaki which have already been frozen Airbnb-wise, but also Kypseli needs attention. We send a lot of data to the government so that we can do new regulations. Another question, is the green country, green city? A practical question is, can Athens be more green? If someone takes a look at the city, he's going to say that this is completely in theory. We cannot green Athens, make Athens green. How can we have natural shading, more gardens? I'm talking about simple things, not something complex. Let me remind you, as Mr. Stournaras said, how we can reduce the temperature. I said that before the elections and it became viral. Yes, it can be done with the following ways. By planting trees. Because we have, these thermal cameras on our drones and really show us the temperature. The cement during the summer can reach up to 60, 70 degrees, while in the National Garden the temperature is 30, 35 degrees. So we can reduce the temperature in a natural way through shading. 5,000 trees per year. We managed to do that. Yes, but everybody said that there are no places. In the past 4 years, we planted 10,000 trees, the least. And in the botanical garden, it's not just the football field of Panathinaikos, but we're constructing a new park. We are also building 10 rain gardens, which started in Copenhagen actually as an idea. 10 rain gardens in Botanikos. We have a microforest that changes the climate in Kypseli and 2 more in highly dense areas. And this shows that flooding does happen in areas which is heavily cemented and in other areas where rivers had been covered up because the rain and the water cannot go through. We reopened the river of Prophytis Danil, and in other areas we're trying to find solutions for that. This is critical for the city to do that. We are using every square meter available to plant something, to make it a park or a microforest so that we can absorb this water and save ourselves from the floods. We only have 1 minute left, so that we can move forward. And let me take the risk to ask you something that is a bit political, because you are a political being. In order to make all those things a reality, could the model be transferred in the central politic stage? Because I don't think that you are going on very well terms with the government. But we want to collaborate with the government. We want to collaborate with everyone, actually. But all those transformations, the green transformations, need social transformation in order for society to understand that we need synergies and collaborations. All of you who believe that we can move forward and create sustainability, we need to work together and discuss together so that we can move forward faster. I do believe that. We saw it in the Bar Association yesterday with the election. And when the agenda surpasses the political parties, when the agenda has to do with existential issues such as the quality of life or the reduction of the cost of life or justice, we can bring people together. We can create synergies and move forward faster. Thank you, Mayor. And I'd like to thank Mr. Maketos again for giving us the possibility to discuss such an important thing. And even for us journalists, we need to remember that we live in a capital city and 80% of the streets does not have drain. This is really important for our sustainability. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mayor.